Hi everyone, Emma here. Take a look at what I have. So I have had this for a very long time, probably 6 months. I did an initial test of these Swellegant items. These are for doing patina on your metal work. So like your charms like this, you can do some different, patinas on them. So I am going to test it out. The reason why I haven't shown you this earlier is because I tested it and I didn't really like the results. So I just left it. But I feel like it needs another shot. So let's take a look at what we have. So I bought this whole set. Um, I don't know if I can reduce this. No, that's pretty much the size here. Let me see if I can bring these down so you can see a bit better. These I got on Amazon, and I have the Amazon Canada page up, and it's showing it's called Great Create Swellegant Mini Dealio 24 package. And let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep, 24. Okay, so this is the same package. The reason I counted it is because there are multiple packages, and when I was looking for this stuff, so all you have to do is in your search engine, if you're looking on Amazon US, and you'll probably get a better deal as well, is put in Swellegant, and it's Swellegant, and it will bring up all the stuff. There are multiples, like you can buy just these parts here, the like a beginner set, and then some with just the patinas. The patinas are down here, and these are the dioxides. I'm not quite sure what makes the dioxide different from the patina, and yeah, I've watched all the videos on YouTube on Swellegant, and I still was not clear as to how the difference between the dioxide. I'm guessing the patina it's accurate to that metal. So if you have copper, iron, bronze, silver, or brass, and it were to get patina over years and years, that's what you would get these little bottles here. It would create that same. So basically what this does is it has metal flakes in here, and this is like an activator. So it just shortens the time period for the metal to change and create those colors. So it looks more natural than, say, a painted on patina. Yeah, so that's what that is. So the dioxides are all different, really interesting colors. You can see it's just incredible, the array of colors they have. So you can create some really interesting stuff with that. And it also comes with this bottle of clear sealant matte finish. Now, I'll talk a bit about a few of these things as we go. First of all, the price for this was $56 Canadian. Now, I got it with a deal. If you signed up for their credit card, you got $50 off. So I basically paid $6 for everything. Right now, and I usually wait and see when they have a deal like that on Amazon Canada. I'm not sure what it's like on the US site, if they have deals like that with different credit cards. So you could try that. Or, I mean, definitely $56 for this set is so worth it. Because, I bought some vintage patina. Now I have all the colors for that, but I bought some stuff, and I think each bottle was like $10. So, 6 colors, and there's your $60. So you can easily spend a lot of money on this. So this is a great way to do it, to test it out, see if you like it. as well as I found that I kept going for the gold green and this one's called Tiffany green. I'm trying to think, wait, there should be another one here that I like. It might have been the aqua Caribbean blue. I don't know. Okay, so you have the finish. With the finish, I wouldn't order the finish specifically from them. I'm an artist, so I'm used to getting glazes for my paintings. You can use any glaze like that. The artist grade glazes, they come in big jugs from the art store. You can order it, get free shipping, that kind of stuff. And they're super inexpensive and they're UV protected. So they're meant to protect your artwork. So definitely they will seal this finish that you've done on your metal, and it will protect it from UV rays. So I wouldn't go out and buy their specific matte finish. That's just me. If, you know, somebody might correct me on that, but I feel pretty confident. I've used it on other jewelry metal and it works fine. So there's that. The other thing here is the prep. So this is the first step you're going to do. This stuff here is a white, it looks like white paint. Let me adjust this. So it looks like white paint. Well, and I'll open it so you can see. So you have to shake everything, of course. So that's what it looks like. And basically this, you put this on first onto your metal, or, so here's the thing with Swellegant, it will work on any surface. So as long as you prep it with this stuff, and I'll explain something about this as well, a cheaper way for this as well from the art store. So you coat your item. Let's grab some stuff here and show you. And I apologize, there's a lot of talking about this at the beginning. I feel like the videos that I've seen, they did explain and then they went right into stuff and I didn't quite understand. So I'm hoping to do that for you. So let me just take a few items here. So we're going to work on some of these items. This here is a bale for, it's plastic. You can kind of hear. I think it's meant to be aluminum, but it really feels like plastic to me. So anyway, and then these ones are metal. So you take this prep, this white prep, and you cover everything that you're going to be putting your Swellegant on. Let it dry. Then you take these big pots here are the different metal. So it has flecks of that metal inside the coating. So then when you put your patina or your dioxide, it will activate that metal in it. So the thing is, this stuff here is great. It can coat any surface. There's a video out there showing somebody that does like a paper mache cover of a journal, and they do like some raised stuff like this on with the paper mache and then cover it, and then they coat it in this, and I think it is under a Swellegant title. So if you just type in Swellegant under in YouTube, it will come up. And then they did some of the Swellegant stuff on it and looked really amazing. So just remember, you can coat anything with it. This here is a prep. This is equivalent to gesso. So artists use gesso. It's like a powder, grainy white paint that you coat your canvas with, and what that does is it creates a porous surface so that everything could stick to it. It sits in the grooves of it. So that's what you need this for. So it's important not to miss this step. It is unfortunate that they put this white. I think they should have put it a darker color so that it wouldn't show through, because I found when I put this coating over top of this and then did my patina, if I put too much patina, it ate through this and all of a sudden you could see white. So it would be nicer. Now you could take and put a bit of color to this, no problem. It won't damage it at all. I wouldn't put a whole lot, but just enough to tint it. And that's like any acrylic paint will do that. So you could do that. I never even thought of that. I thought of it now. Okay, so step one, don't spend a lot of money. Just kidding. So these two things you can get at the art store, super cheap. You definitely need both of these items. So that's a big savings right there. And then this here is, you have to get it from them. There are some other companies that have some of this, as well as you can use directly on specific metals. You can use the sulfur, and I can't remember the full name of it, to activate your metals. But that, I feel like, is getting in a little more chemically than I want to do with stuff like this that I'm putting on my skin. So let's go for it. We need some junky paint brushes, and I say that because it will damage your brushes for sure. So you need that. You need some water to rinse your brushes in, some paper towels, and something to paint. Now, I have these little containers. I might pour some in here, or I might just take it out of the bottle. The one thing, though, is you can, if you're working, say let's try the copper. I don't know if it's mixed enough, though. I might have to take one that's a little better mixed than that one. Let me see. How about... So here's the other thing too, is certain metals tarnish a certain way, so they're not as attractive as what you would think they are. So like, say silver will go black when it's tarnished, and that's probably why they have these colors, if you want to add some color to it. So I think this one's nice and mixed. So we'll try that one as a comparison. So we'll put that aside. Let's do iron. I see, here's the thing, I like the bronze and the copper just because I like those metal colors, but I don't know how. Let me see how much this one's mixed. That one should be good. So what I was going to say is, when you go to paint this, you want to put this on a different surface. So in a little container. Oh, I haven't opened this one yet. I wonder if it was the copper one I opened. But I can't seem to get this one mixed. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, so I opened this one. We might have to stir this with a stick. That almost looks totally dry. Let's try this. Oh, there's like a little shell. That's weird. I don't know if you can see that. So see that green piece? That's like a hard shell piece. So maybe it was some type of, who knows? I'm not too concerned. So I apologize. This video is, that's probably why I've been waiting so long. This video is not kind of a polished video, and it's more of, let's see what we can do with this, because I'm not convinced. Oh. And if you've used it before, please don't trash me. I'm just going to put it out there. Most of my subscribers know this. This is a positive channel. And I'm new at some of this stuff, so if you feel the urge to correct me, please do it in a gentle, polite way. So that's, we'll try this one in the silver. So we'll put those aside. I mean, I could go through all of them, but it's like, we'll be here for a week. Ugh. Okay, I'm going to put those aside. We're going to put this aside. We need this. I don't know. I'll just slide these up here for now, so we figure out what we're going to do. So I have, this is artist paper. It's a palette paper. So it's like waxy, like wax paper. So it's great for doing stuff like this. Things will not stick to it, or if it does, you can peel it off easily. You can actually peel the paint off sometimes. And let me just show you the test that I did with the others, and then we will try and do a better job. So here is what I was talking about on these so that was the, let me see which one I have. The copper. Okay, so there's the copper color. That's what it looked like before I added the patina, and then that's what it looked like after. So I don't know if you can see this. I feel like the lighting is really not the best. You can see the white. So I wish that that was copper, and so we'll see what we can do with that. So that's that one there. And you can see it looks very, of course, when something is patinaed, it is kind of crusty and chalky looking and stuff, right? But here's the other thing is I haven't coated this with any varnish. So maybe if I had that, it would smooth it out and make the colors pop, because varnish will do that. It will make the colors brighter. So we could do that. Here is this one here. I think I did both colors. Yeah. So that one's, that actually looks gold. Let me see, where's the gold? Bronze, iron, brass, maybe brass. I don't think there is a gold. So you could see that one there. That's what that one turned out like. I feel like these are not big enough. There we go. So there you can see that finish. Oh, you know why? Because these were gold to start with. So that's where you're getting. So I actually like this one. So you can see, so maybe what you need to do is only put some of the prep, the white prep. Let me get that. There we go. Only put the white prep in certain spots so that it doesn't cover the whole gold looking stuff. So you could do that too, and then activate it. And then there's this one. This was a silver one. So that's what it was. This one was gold to start with, and that one was silver. So this is the silver one, you can see. And that's what it looked like when it was done. So, sorry, like there. So there's those. And then there's one of these connectors. These, so I had done these with acrylic paint. Initially, I bought these, they were all like this color, brassy color, and I just painted it all with a certain color blue and then wiped off the higher surfaces and took some steel wool and shined it up to expose the copper again. And they turned out amazing. And then I sealed them with the artist grade shellac or varnish. So I tried it with the Swellegant stuff, and again, I feel like it's very kind of chalky and crusty, and but so there's that one. I did that one too. Then I did this one. It just did not turn out at all. It is ugly, ugly. Now, these buttons, I got 100 of them. They were like 10 cents each. They were something that Kelly at Kelly's Boutique got that when she got them, she realized they were substandard from the ones she was used to getting. So she sold them for 10 cents each. So I got 100 thinking, oh, I'll patina them, they'll be fine. So you have to remember too, is when you start out with a sub quality product to begin with, it's not going to magically turn it into something extraordinary. Sometimes that happens, but I think you have to start with good components for the most part. So this is, I think, yeah, this is the same. So I did a few of these to try and see if I could get it. This one I varnished, and it's still not where I'd like it to be. This one was not too bad. It did kind of do what I wanted, but I was very careful to only put some patina around the Buddha. But you can see, instead of going nice and blue like this edge, it went chalky. So then I tried it with this. So one of the things I also think I figured out with this is it works better on big items. And just because it's hard to get into the little cracks, to only put the patina in those cracks. So you know what? I think we're talking for a long time now. I apologize. I knew this was going to be like this with this video. So yeah, just fast forward if you want to get to the action. But here's another one. This one turned out not too bad. So maybe we can get there. And this one is another one. I think this one, I didn't put anything on it because it actually is like a metal, so I was hoping that it would activate it. So let's move these out of the way and let's see what we can do with those big guys. So I've been collecting a pile of metal findings that think, oh, this would be good to do. So let's see what we can do. So the first thing we're going to have to do, this is the boring part, is we're going to have to paint these. And we've got these mermaids. So we'll do a few items. So we have to coat them with the, and there's a nice big heart. We'll do these big hearts. These were bigger than I thought they were going to be. How much did I pay for these? $3, a little under $3 for 5 of these. Okay, so we have to paint these with the prep. Let's see what we can do. And so what I was going to say is don't contaminate your pots. So if you're going to do something, pour some out into another container and then do it. But you know what? For this, I know that I'm not going to cross-contaminate. I'm just going to paint these the white and then we'll be good. So I'm going to take what's in the cap because I can always clean the cap out. And I like to hang on to it too, so they say it's best to dab it, but you know what? Oh, I'm gonna just, and maybe I'm too like, I don't want to say rough, but I'm not very particular about this stuff. I feel like as long as it's on there, it should be fine. So, and you could do the whole edges. So this is important to cover this. Here's the other thing that I found. So this is a big piece. But if you had a small piece, how would you ever, I mean, you could hold on to it with your tools, but I guess what I'm saying, everyone, and I apologize, I'm trying not to be negative about this, is I find it messy. When I think about doing jewelry stuff, I don't want paint on my hands. You know, funny coming from an artist. When I'm painting, I'm painting. When I'm doing jewelry, I don't want to touch stuff. So let's just see what we can get on this one. This will be interesting. You could do both sides. Here's the other problem that I have with doing both sides, is it's going to stick to something. So unless you figure out how you're going to do that, I don't know. Our lovely little mermaid. Let's see if we can get into all the little cracks. Cover all her little bits. She's a mermaid after all. So if this, like the scales on this one is really amazing. I don't think I've tried this even with the vintage on this. I have a bunch of these mermaid connectors. I don't want to put it too thick on her scales because I want the scales to show up. Make sure all the edges, okay. Yeah, you see it came off the hand, so we'll just dab that. I definitely want to try this. This, I would love to put like a bunch of beaded seed beads through this. So this could be very interesting. And this is getting dry. You might want to add a bit of water. When you're using gesso for artists, we water down our gesso for sure. So I'm going to just wet my brush. That should do it enough. Because it's getting super sticky and then it's not, I'm not getting it on there. There. So by the time we get to the end of this one, we should be ready for the others to coat them with the metal coating. And I can't get in these here. That. And let's do this guy too. Why not? Actually, what I should have done on this one is only, yeah, you know what? I won't coat the whole thing. I'll just leave some of the surface open and see if that makes a difference. This is Ganesh, and I can't remember. It's an Indian god. I can't remember what god this is of, so put a bit more there. Okay, so that's that one there. So put that there. So let's clean our brush. And I kind of like this. We will do one silver, but I kind of like the copper. When I cleaned the end of my brush off, you could see. So that one still needs to dry. Actually, they all look like they need to dry. So I'm going to ask you to lower your volume. I'm going to use my dryer and it's a bit noisy. So here we go. Okay. There we go. So now we need to coat with our copper. And this is going to be your base coat that gives you your color. So this is the one You definitely don't want to contaminate this, but I think we should be able to do the same and pull that out of. I think I might use a different brush. Actually, that same brush should be fine. Let's start with our mermaid. So you can see the white through, but we'll go over that. So this is what they suggest. Let me enlarge this so you can see what I'm doing here. They suggest you dab it, so like this. And I'm all about smooth, so dabbing is not in my vocabulary. So I was like, oh, and maybe that's what I'm doing wrong because they all say the same thing. You make sure you dab it into the little crannies. But see how it's pulled it off there? So I would just like smooth that out. And maybe it's just because I'm going over wet. Let's just do the best we can. How's that? If this doesn't work out, somebody will be getting a gift of Swellegant. A lovely kit with all the fixins. I'm trying to get the edges, but it's... Unless I pick it up in my hand, it's not going to happen. Let's leave this one silver. Let's do this one. So that was that piece of... I feel like maybe it was varnish or something that dried up over the top. So you'd see how this might, the white might come through. So they say to do this layer here to cover everything. And then you're going to go in with a second layer. And while it's still wet, you're going to, you know what, we should put the lid on this one. While it's still wet, then you add your activator. Okay, so let's try this guy. And then maybe we'll do the two others. No, you know, let's do these two in silver. And this one in brass. So I think maybe too, if I'm a perfectionist, this might not be the technique for me. And I will redo all of these items because I have multiples using the vintage patina, and then you'll be able to see. But of course, you know, my thing with vintage is because I'm an artist, I spend a little more time decorating stuff, and this technique is not meant for that at all. It's meant the loosey-goosey way. Let's just turn this. Oh, my hands are dirty now. And you should wear gloves with this, by the way. You are handling stuff that has metal flecks in it. So, and chemicals. But it's funny, I wore gloves my whole career as a nurse. And when it comes to doing stuff now, I hate wearing gloves. But part of my artist way of doing things is I like to feel it in my hands, get the paint on me. So probably not the safest, but I'm used to working in acrylics right now, so it's not a big deal. So let's cover this one just for now, because we're going to still need that. And we'll shake up the silver. So that is the silver. Oh, we're going to have to open this one. And I will use that. Oh, that's a different brush. Yeah, I don't like this brush at all. Throw that in there. Okay. Actually, the silver is looking really good. So maybe I should have tried some different colors. So this one you do kind of have to poke just because of the way the cage is. So that looks pretty good. And we will do this guy. I love these guys. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, the silver gets a better coverage. Now, the stuff that stuck on the lid was thicker. So that might be, oh, this is looking really nice. Really good coverage. So it might have been just that one was not a good coverage. Look at that. This is great. It's sticking really well. Okay, we are going to have to dry this coat on these guys. So let me just do this for now. Where's my lid? I am going to pop this in here, like that, because we're going to use the rest of that. I'm not going to waste it and put this back on. And so please lower your volume while I dry these. That looks good. So we're going to do the silvers first just because the brush still has some of the silver on. So I'm going to just move these out of the way. So now this is the part that's a bit tricky because you have to put a coat, wet it, and then add your color. So let's do the Tiffany green and rust. So let's move these guys out of the way here. Now, here's the other thing with this. This is the important part not to contaminate your stuff with, is this will start to activate whatever it touches. So this is the one you definitely want to take a little bit out of and then close it and then use what you have out. So I will get this ready. Oh, some of the crystals just fell from around that would activate it. So I have these little sheets. These are like big sheets that I ordered on eBay a long time ago. So I just grabbed one of these sheets and you put whatever paint color you have or whatever you're using, and then you throw it out when you're done. So we'll use that for that, to activate that. And I use one of these, and you can get these from eBay. You probably could get them on AliExpress too. So they're little pipettes. So you squeeze the air out, and then you draw stuff up, and then you squeeze the stuff out. And I'll use that for the patina as well. You can use a brush, but I just find the pipette kind of gets in all the little spots better. So we'll see. So now we need to recoat these. We'll do one and then we'll activate it. So let's do the heart first. So let's get our brush full of stuff. And this part you have to go fast because it dries fast. I should have put my stuff out. I forgot that this goes really fast. Okay, that should do it. Let's put that aside. Let's get a little bit here on the tray. Oh, too much. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze it up from the bottom. There we go. That cleaned it up. Now just put some drops wherever you want it to activate. Like that. So if you were using a brush, you would just dab your brush all over. And it smells a bit like vinegar, which makes sense. That's okay. So I just put that one aside. I'm going to draw this up, reuse it. Put that there, and we are ready for this guy. Okay, so let's get this one ready to go. Dip my brush in here. It's already getting like crusty, so I don't know. Okay. This, but drop in the eye, the nose, mouth. There. Now, it takes a while to activate, so just have to leave it. That's another reason why it's hard to know what you're going to get. Okay, we need the copper. We'll do this one. And let me clean my brush. Okay. Again, you got to do this fast. Okay. I'm going to drop it at the top and see if it goes down. This one's activating right away. kind of want it to go all over. There. I'm going to leave that so you can see. Well, I might as well leave these guys too, because you can see that one activated. We got a response right away. So now we need some more of that. Let me try the gold green. Is that the one I had? No, I had the Tiffany green dressed. Let's try this one. I can feel a bit of burning on my fingers. So, interesting. Definitely use gloves. Don't. Okay, so I'll just set that there for now. Okay, these guys. I am going to wipe this up. I don't want it to contaminate my work. There. And okay. And okay, this one we're going to be a little more strategic in where we put the drops. Move those guys over. Let's put a drop on the hat. Okay, so yeah, it's really, this one's really starting to turn. Okay. Okay, so that one there. You know, I think for the next one we might try a different, we'll try one of the, let's use a dioxide, so we'll do the chartreuse, and that's the mermaid. Okay, so let's wipe up this, we don't want to contaminate. Mermaid, step it up. Shake this guy. It smells like metal. Okay, so we have to coat her again. Let's just do like this. Okay. And I'm going to get a different pipette for the chartreuse. And we're going to put that in. There, like that. Okay, so we're still waiting for these other ones to, this one's really going to town, so that's good. Still not convinced that I like it, but so let's do something else, maybe with a different color metal. So I'm going to try and keep all these separate so we can figure out what we used on what. Let's try the brass. And what do we have in our bag of goodies? You know what? We have a bunch of these, so let's do another one of these. So let me clean my brush. So this was the other part, is waiting for this stuff to activate. For doing a video, I find hard. And it's really hard to recreate the same effect. So let me bring this out a bit so you can see. Move this over slightly. Yeah, so you can see these are really like not mixed well. So let me see if I can. That's weird. I wonder if the metal, like, so if there was air that got in there and that's the metal and it's already activated. This is interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out. Oh, and you know what? I emptied my garbage, so the bag is not in there. So I'm just gonna stir this up. If there is metal in there, hopefully it will mix and it's not all sitting at the top of the. Let's wipe this off. So we need our prep first on this. I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna wet my brush with some clean water. There, softened it up a bit. This stuff, you see how it's beading? So there's probably a finish on this metal. So it's not taking very well at all. That's interesting. The gesso that I use for my canvases works a lot better on covering stuff. That's fine, we'll just use that as part of the patina. It'll look like it was meant to be. So let's cover that. And clean our brush. And we need to dry that. So lower your, let's cover this. Lower your volume. Oh, almost dropped it. Oh, this is messy. Okay. So yeah, we need a coat of this. And then dry it. It's very grainy too, the part that you're painting on, and it just I don't know. Maybe it's not mixed properly. Okay, we're going to get ready to try this again. Okay, so let's cover that. Lower your volume. Okay, so this coat, let's pick a color. Let's try some of this blood oxide. I have no idea if this, yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to mix this with something. Ooh, it is bright red. And you know what? These bottles are small, but you need drops of it, and that's it. So I wouldn't worry too much. So I will dab it like they say. Okay, cover that. Get a different pipette and pick some of that red. Looks very spooky. This is interesting. There, I think I'll leave it like that. So here is this one here. I can't imagine it will turn much more than that, but it's actually pretty good. So, but again, I don't know. Okay, so there is another step after this. Oh, my hand must have been wet. Let me dab that here with a clean rag. Oh, it's because the bottom is wet. Okay, so they did mention about then taking the color of the metal and rubbing some on. So let's try that, see if that helps. So that was the copper. So the idea is to like take a bit on your finger, then put it in a paper towel and dab it like that, so that your finger's wet a bit but not super, and then just go over the surfaces. Oh, actually that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to dab it again and then go over. Okay, so maybe I was missing a step here. That actually is not too bad. I mean, it's still like, I don't know if I would wear this as jewelry, maybe as part of a costume. Now, this is a very unusual piece. So let me just see what I can do to get this nice. Okay, there's that one. Different. So the silver ones have not activated at all. I don't see anything happening to them. This one's probably done activating, but the longer you leave them, the more they do. It's still wet, so it could still activate. Just getting rid of some of that. Dabbing it off a bit. Okay, let's try it with this one, the same as we did the other one. And now I am gonna have to take some out with my brush because I touched that activator. So I'm just gonna put some on the napkin. That. And just try and rub over some of the high surfaces. Actually, that is looking pretty good. So it's interesting, some parts are like a chartreuse green and others are like a turquoise blue. So there's that one. It's actually not too bad. I could totally rock this one for sure. I would wear this on a mala. There. Okay. So this one, so it looks like the oxides are something that you would add on after. So say for this, I don't know. If you guys know, let me know. I am gonna try and get rid of some of this excess. So I might try some of the activator that I have left over, see if it does anything. Okay. It probably won't do anything because the paint is probably dry now. So this didn't do anything at all, the silver one. So let's try and reactivate it. And we'll do the same with this one. This one doesn't look like it did anything. So you see, like everything's a mess. So I apologize. This is, oh, look what I did. This is not my style here. Oh, that came off. Thank goodness. I got some paint's coming off of my hand onto the elements. Okay, so let's try these guys. We need the silver. Where's my lid? We could put a different color. Let's try iron is black. I don't know. Let's try the bronze. Are you having fun yet? Another one of these. It's not open. And the weird stuff stuck to the top. Should I just leave it there? Where is my brush? Let's coat that quickly and wet. Yeah, it's very grainy. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not liking this at all. This is so not my style. Oh, oh, this is gross. Okay, never mind. Whatever. Let's get some fresh stuff. It's gonna be very crusty for Halloween. Who cares? Okay, put that there. Let me move that up so you can see. See if it does anything. Let's get this activated. Of course. I spilled it. This is a verdigris, I think. I seem to use the verdigris a lot. It's doing something, definitely. And I tried to break that bubble, and it took the paint off. There. I'm gonna add some red to this, see if it does anything. Okay. I think after this is gonna be it for me. I'm not feeling this at all. And I apologize. I did this on the camera. I've been talking about this forever and wanting to show you guys what I'm up to, but this is yucky. Let's do this heart. Let's see if we can come up with something. Yeah, the stuff that was on is all like grainy, and that could be the metal that's causing that. Okay, so this guy is actually turning out pretty good. You're getting some greens with the red. So maybe now is the time to add some color to this one. And let's see if we can do something with our wee little mermaid there. So I'll just put a drop in there. And let's okay. Okay, I want to see what, so clearly the dioxide is just to change the color of maybe the patina. So let's try and do her again. Let's get the yellow didn't turn out like I hoped. Let's try the tangerine. So the tangerine dioxide. And let's try this Tiffany green rust. Oops. Okay, probably didn't need that much. So here's the orange. I'll add some orange. That. And then the patina. See what happens. So you can see this takes a long time. I think this is probably done. So while we're waiting to see if these activate at all, why don't we put some varnish on this and see what happens if it brings it up. So let me close all the lids so we don't knock anything over. And I'd like to throw those paint things away, but my garbage cans. So here's the other thing too, is it's been, like I said, I got this about 6 months ago. So it's possible that things are a bit dry from sitting around. So I'm just going to try and soak up the excess here. So it's not too bad. Actually, it's turning a bit orangey. So I think I need to mix the two. I don't know. Let me get another. Actually, I'm going to get a firmer brush for my sealant. And I'm going to use, so here is my glazes from Vintage, for the Vintage patina. There's a symbol, Vintage. So you can do gloss or matte. I think I'm going to do gloss. I want to see if it really pops, so we'll use this one here. And let me use this tray, but use the clean side. And I'm going to just pour some in. Let me shake this first. When you're mixing your glazes, be sure not to actually shake it. Just kind of roll it up and down. And the reason being is you don't want a bunch of bubbles in your glaze, because then it'll transfer onto your work. But you don't need a lot. So let's see what we can do. Let me get another napkin so that you can see a nice clean surface instead of my painted fingers like that. That's better. Okay. So it looks like this is activating something here. Look at the I don't know if that'll, looks like it's blue almost. That is working. Okay, I am gonna use the heat gun to see if I can dry this a bit. Get an idea what that looks like. So lower your volume. So this is really interesting. The glaze that I used from the vintage actually gave it a blue tinge. So clearly it activated with what was in there. I actually like it. So yeah, there's that. So let's see if we can fix some of these pieces. So that one's really nice. I'm liking this. So let's take a look and see if we can dress this. I don't want to put it on the surface that has the vintage on it, or the glaze. So let's see if we can clean this up. I'm going to use the same glaze. It should not have had that effect, but I don't know what chemicals are in here that would cause that. Let's go for it. Yeah, it's adding some type of blue there. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put that aside. And let's take a look at this one. This is actually, so I might leave these guys because they're actually activating. Like, that's pretty horrific in the sense of Halloween gory horrific, right? Because I did put the red there. So I think I might let it. It looks like getting some really interesting greens popping out. So I might let this totally activate. This one's a little, I don't know about this one. It's pretty scary. I wonder, yeah. Well, we can always put some, once it dries, I can always put some brass finish over top and just have some of it creeping out. So there's that. Let's tap that up. This one is definitely like green rust. Like, it looks like real rust, which is what is happening, only in an accelerated way. I don't know if that's what I want. I want the look of rust. I don't want rust. Maybe that's what it is. You know, I have a confession. I'm a princess. You guys didn't know that yet? So this one looks pretty cool. So let's just dab her off a bit. That's pretty. So why don't we do what we did to the others? I don't want to damage those guys. Let's put some varnish on her, see if it turns blue. Okay. This one here, I'm wondering if we put some different color on it. What is this color? Indigo. Let's try some indigo on top of this. And then we will call it done. And hopefully by the time I post this, I'll have everything will be activated and I'll have cleaned it up so that you can see. So this is actually looking pretty good with this. Oh yeah, this is really nice with the blue. Okay. I'm feeling this. Nice. I wonder if we, you know, I'll leave these guys. I keep wanting to touch them and fix them and stuff, but I think I need to leave them. So there is our pieces. Let me show you what we have here. So we have our two skulls. I'll wait for those to completely activate. And this one has finished activating. So that one looks pretty good. That might turn clear, the blue spots, but even if it doesn't, that looks pretty good. And then the mermaid. Interesting. And then the Ganesh looks amazing. So I feel like you need something that's big and that has a lot of nooks and crannies, and just play with it and find different things. But you know, this would not have changed the color had it not been for the varnish. So I don't know. I guess part of it is I feel like there's no real instructions on how to use this. It's like you got to play with it and figure out what works, but it's hard. There's so many variables to know what did I do for that one to make it this. Ignore the fingers. My dirty fingers. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry I couldn't do a better video for this. You know, maybe I'll focus on some of my pendants like this size and do some work and come up with a better strategy, and then I could show you specifically those things that worked rather than try and, you know, do a whole bunch of stuff and nothing is quite where I want it. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I will definitely be doing a video on my vintage patina. I have like every color. So we'll see if we can maybe recreate this in vintage. A lot less mucking around, I think. Who knows? We'll see. Take care, everybody. Bye.